Most people don't feel distracted. They feel tired. Not physically tired, mentally tired. They sit down to study or work, and within minutes they feel resistance. Not panic, not stress, just a low-level heaviness. And they assume the problem is motivation. It usually isn't. It's something quieter, invisible. This is where most people get it wrong. Let's name the behavior first. You're not constantly on your phone. You're not scrolling for hours straight. You're not addicted in the dramatic sense. Instead, your attention leaks in small amounts. You check one app, then another, then nothing in particular, and afterward you feel strangely drained. That drain doesn't come from usage, it comes from residue. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some apps don't take your time, they take your clarity. They run in the background of your mind, even when they're closed. You're not thinking about them actively, but your brain is keeping them available. That's the cost. These are what we'll call phantom apps. A phantom app is not the app you spend hours on. It's the one you check for 10 seconds, 15 times a day. Messaging apps, email, group chats, news feeds, anything that might have something new. Each check feels harmless, but the brain doesn't experience them separately. It experiences them as unfinished loops, and unfinished loops are heavy. This is where most people get it wrong. They try to reduce screen time by cutting usage. Timers, limits, lockout apps, sometimes those help, but often the drain remains. Because the problem isn't how long you use the app, it's how often you mentally reopen it. Let's make this concrete. Imagine studying for 2 hours. During that time, you check messages 3 times, glance at email twice, open one app just to see. That doesn't sound serious, but after each check, your brain asks, "Did I miss anything else?" So part of your attention stays behind. Not distracted, just incomplete. That's why you can study all day and still feel foggy. This is not a discipline issue, it's a design issue. Your environment is asking too many questions, and your brain keeps answering them. So instead of starting with limits, we start with an audit. Not to judge, not to optimize, just to see clearly. Here's the screen time audit. For one day, don't try to change anything. No restrictions, no productivity mode, just observe. Every time you unlock your phone, ask one question. What am I actually here for? Not what app am I opening, but why? Information? Reassurance? Relief from boredom? Avoidance? Write it down briefly. That's it. This does 2 things. First, it separates intent from habit. Second, it exposes phantom apps immediately, because you'll notice something strange. Some apps don't have a clear answer. You open them and realize you didn't need anything. Those are the drainers. This is where people get uncomfortable. They say, "So I should delete them?" Not yet. Deletion is dramatic. Clarity is quieter. Before removal, we redesign access. Here's the first method. Move phantom apps off the home screen. Not into a different folder on the home screen. Off it entirely. Second page, app library. Anywhere that requires intention. This adds friction, not to punish you, to interrupt autopilot. The trade-off is simple. Slight inconvenience in exchange for fewer mental reopens. Second method, silence notifications that don't represent action. Ask one question. If this notification appears, can I act meaningfully right now? If the answer is no, it doesn't need to interrupt you. This isn't about missing things, it's about protecting thinking space. Third method, batch checking into fixed windows. Not all day, not whenever you feel like it. Decide when messages are checked. Decide when email is checked. Outside those windows, they don't exist. Here's what people usually notice after this. They don't necessarily use their phone less, but they feel less scattered. Tasks feel more solid. Transitions hurt less. The fog lifts slightly. That's success. Not productivity spikes. clarity. Here's one to try tonight. Before bed, look at your home screen. Ask, does every app here deserve instant access? Move just one, not 5, not all. 1. Apply it once. That's the method.